Hi everyone, in this tutorial I'll be going over Project 3 with you. Alright, let's get started. So to start with, I have the project files just below this video here. First one is the assignment sheet, and we'll just go through that. Alright, so Project 3 is going to be a title sequence that we make in After Effects. So the goal of this project is to introduce you to After Effects and the basic tools and principles of 2D digital animation. You'll be animating an abbreviated version, it's going to be approximately 20 seconds, but you could go longer if you want to, of a title sequence to convey the movie concept that you come up with. You may pick your own movie genre and develop your concept using copyright-cleared imagery, video, and sound that you acquire online. So you can either come up with a whole new movie for your Project 3 title sequence, or you can make a title sequence based on your Photoshop movie poster from the last project. So just like every project, we're going to have some required content that needs to go into it. Your title sequence should contain copyright-cleared video, sound, images, and any graphics you develop, a movie studio logo, which I'm going to provide for you, and written content such as directors' names, the star actor and actresses' names, who it's presented by, and most importantly, your movie title. So an example might be, first the Paramount Pictures logo comes in, and then we see Presents, Charlize Theron, Nicolas Cage, in a Steven Spielberg production, Farewell. So that's the order that those titles are going to be animating through. Alright, the objectives are to understand and apply the principles of design and 2D animation, to develop a concept appropriate to a theme by developing graphics and using video, imagery, type, and sound into a cohesive storytelling narrative for an abbreviated movie title sequence based on an industry standard or norm. To develop your animated compositional and layout skills by applying visual hierarchy principles to both graphical and typographical components. To create an animation with consideration and respect of copyright law as it applies to commercial work through the use of copyright-cleared assets. To develop technical skills in After Effects, and to export a movie, it'll be a .mov file, for publication across computer formats and publication on the web. I'll go over the process overview next. So this project begins with a set of exercises to introduce you to 2D animation using the current version of Adobe After Effects. Technical instruction will be given throughout the duration of the project. The following design processes will be followed. Project assigned and designer briefing. So that's what this is right now. This is the document to clarify your understanding of the project. Be sure to ask questions for clarification and also take notes. Research, you'll be reviewing both professional and student title sequence examples to get some ideas. Asset searching, and 2 composition title sequence write-ups. So just like with Photoshop, how we searched for copyright cleared images, you'll also be doing that with video and sound for this project. And you'll also be coming up with the 2 composition write-ups. So briefly explain your movie concept and the written text that will be used along with any relevant sound and animation. Example: zooming into a video, zooming out, incorporating images, rotating or fading text, etc. And you'll be using a title sequence write-ups template that I provide for you. So it's basically going to be just a visual write-up of what you want us to see in your title sequence. And digital drafting, you'll begin developing one of your animation concepts using the processes and tools learned in class. Then we'll be doing digital refinement, so refinement of the chosen title sequence animation by implementing feedback and perfecting the use of tools, adding effects, perfecting the timing, and modifying the written content, typography, and the sound as necessary to complete and improve the animation. Then we're going to have a critique, like with the last 2 projects, where you'll be participating in an online critique 1 week prior to the due date, and you'll receive and implement feedback from that. And then you're going to have the online submission where you present the digital final and the required documents and files. So the concept considerations, you will be evaluated on the originality and clarity of your concept and storyline. Conceptually, your composition should revolve around the idea of your genre, the title, the movie idea, and the industry norm in general. And you'll get an idea for the industry norm when you look at some professional samples. So like with the past 2 projects, we also have some compositional considerations, and a lot of them are really similar. So your design composition should effectively employ the use of interaction of elements, so how all of your different graphics, images, and videos are interacting together, balance, perspective, color, scale and hierarchy, unity, emphasis, balance, and bleeding. And these are all things that we covered in the last 2 projects. It should have strong supporting graphics to support the theme and concept, strong, impacting, timed animations that drive the concept and message to keep the viewer interested, a strong color palette that relates well to your topic, and a strong use of font choices that relate to the message. You don't want to use too many different fonts. Try to limit yourself to 1 to 2 fonts max and choose them wisely. Alright, the technical specifications for this project. You will be evaluated on your developed skill level for the tools and processes learned in the class. They include, but are not limited to, the following: drawing, organizing your assets folder and project, naming of assets, layers, and saving and naming your final files to specifications. Your final piece should include several examples of motion animation, any combination of moving, scaling, rotating, fading, blurring, masked animation, etc., and we're going to be covering all of that. Effects and adjustments to convey mood. Required text and sound should both be used to help enhance the concept of your title sequence. The software we're using is After Effects, and you'll be using graphics, images, video, and sound in this project. Make sure that they're copyright cleared material, just like with the Photoshop project. I'll be providing you with a template for this project that already has all the asset folders created that you'll need, so you don't really need to worry too much about these settings, but these are the settings we'll be using for the composition if you're interested. Alright, your evaluation method, like with the last 2 projects, I'll be using a similar grade sheet, and I'll show you that later. And like with the last 2 projects, you'll either have to download After Effects to your own computer and wait till I tell you, because we'll only need it for 4 weeks, or you can go to the New Media Arts Labs and use After Effects on their computers there. The turn-in format, you're going to turn in all homework components for the project, such as writing, storyboards, exercises, drafts, critique, etc., all through the appropriate Lolima assignment and on its due dates as indicated on the course schedule. For the final due date for Project 3, you're going to be turning in a completed design brief and self-evaluation, just like with the last 2 projects. You're going to save the final original After Effects project within your assets folder and then name accordingly. So this is the naming setup you'll be using. You'll just replace your name here. And then you'll be zipping that assets folder, and I'll have instructions on how to zip folders. You'll be rendering a movie file and then posting that to Vimeo. So if you don't have a Vimeo account, you'll have to start a free one for this. And then you'll be providing the Vimeo link to the assignment text box. So once again, I'll be going through all of this in the homework section of the final week. Alright, now I'm just going to take a look at the grade sheet real quick. So just like with the last project, I'll be grading you out of 100, and this is the breakdown of what exactly I'll be grading on. Alright, and finally I just want to show you some professional examples and also some student examples. So if I click this link here, it's going to take us to this site called Art of the Title. And here they have a whole bunch of different examples of some titles, just to get some inspiration. So I'll just try one out here. So you can think of these as a Photoshop composition. So we're taking different videos and imagery. They have some different overlays here to get some different textures on, all stuff you can do in Photoshop. They've got the text in here, and then they're animating it. So the text is moving, the video might cut to something else, the overlays might change. So this is all done in After Effects. So here we have some cuts in the clips. We cut to this. We have all these cool overlays and scratches. So this is obviously way more detailed than what you're going to need to do, but I just want to give you some professional examples. Let's try another one. So there they had the text scaling up and then it faded out. This is all done with video footage and text coming on, and then they have some other clips cut in really quick. Cutting to different clips, quick cuts to those creepy shots in between. And yours aren't going to need to be this long either. This is going through all of the casting credits. Ours are going to be 20 seconds long. So yeah, just come and look through here and just get some ideas of different titles and how they're done. I'll exit that, and I'm just going to open up the student samples PDF now. So these are their Vimeo links that they posted, and we can just open these up. So they have that first logo spinning in, and then their text animating on and off over this footage that they have. And we'll just try another one. So here they have this image is overlaid, so they're using a blend mode to overlay an image over a video. And they have some nice light piano music in the background. And then they have some effects on this title here as it comes in. So that's all stuff that you can do in After Effects. So you can go through these and look at some different student examples. All right, and that's going to do it for this tutorial on Project 3.